and we're off and running today. So today we're going to talk about two different things. The first one we're going to speak about is paying for college, which is even if you're not going to go to like a traditional college, right? Paying for like the ATC or a tech school or trade school, or to get some type of further education, there's ways to do that. So, and then also we're going to talk a little bit about financial institutions. So that's really what we're going to do today. Before I begin, does anybody have any questions on, well, I'll throw this up real quick, kind of like where you should be at. This is unit I have been waiting for. Okay, struggling to find money for college. Okay, very good. Yeah, so I'll kind of go over, and what I would do, Samantha, as well, is kind of guide you to know how to do it, and then your counselors are going to be the best way to go through these things, because they know all of the stuff for financial aid and everything. I know how to do it if I needed to, but they're the ones that do it all the time for students, okay? To get scholarships, all that kind of stuff. So, very good. Okay, so everybody should be done with quizzes that begin with a 4, so 4.08, and then today that's due is 5.14. Okay, so you should have all of those done. We have these ones that are going to be due in the coming weeks, and so I'll just keep trying to remind you to get those done. Remember, you just go to the OLS, push on the content, and then go through those quizzes. Watch the video, take the quiz, and be able to get that. If you're looking for scholarships, try Unigo. I've been able to find a lot there. Okay, very good. Yeah, there's a lot of scholarships, not just like the regular ones you see, but even if you got like $200 there, $300, $400, $500, that all adds up after a while, and it makes it nice, especially if you don't have to pay for student loans. So okay, so let's talk about, so what is financial aid? Okay, it is money that helps you pay for your educational costs. And here's something that people assume, say, oh, my parents make too much, or or there's no way they're going to accept me because I got too low grades, whatever. Don't assume that you don't qualify for financial aid, okay? Because there's so many different areas they look into. I was able to get some financial aid when I was going to college, particularly when I first got married. There was able to get some grants and stuff like that. So, but let's go talk about all these. So this comes out from a 2015 thing. Let me just say, my best friend just got a 4-year scholarship at the U. Guess what? And I guess it's a brand new scholarship. Oh, very good. Yeah. So, I mean, there's things that are coming out all the time. So I'm glad she was able to get that to the University of Utah. That's fantastic. But there's not just like sports scholarships. There's academic. There's different ethnicities. There's all kinds of good things out there that you can find. So in 2015, this is where most of the things came from. Okay, so 30% of all college was paid for scholarships and grants. Okay, so a grant is something that's given to the federal government that you don't have to give back. And so that's really good. Okay, the other one, 5%, relatives and friends help pay for that. 16% was from student borrowing. Okay, 6% was from parent borrowing, so they had to pay it back. It wasn't just given to them. And then 11% was from student income and savings. And then there was an other 32%, which they couldn't really track very much on there. Okay, so those are kind of where things are. So you want to try to get out of college without having to pay for it. And if you can do that, that's going to help you out. I had a friend that got out a lot of student loans, and it affects his credit score, affects all kinds of things, and he's having a hard time getting it all paid off. So just do your research and try to figure some stuff out. So there's some different types of financial aid. So the first one they want me to go over with you is grants. So as I said, grant is basically a money given to you that you do not have to pay back by the federal government, and it's just saying, here, you get to go to college, you get the X amount of money that we're going to just give you to help you with your educational costs. Okay. The next one is scholarships. So scholarships you can apply for. There's all types of scholarships. As we had mentioned the Unigo. I haven't heard of that one before, Amanda, but it must be like some type of website or something like that. As I said, your counselors here at UTVA can really like guide you in where to find good scholarships, and there's scholarships for everything. Sometimes the places, if you work sometime, it was recommended by SCC, so Salt Lake Community College. Okay. By Slick. So really kind of look out there on the different scholarships. Sometimes they require you to like write an essay or do some things like that, but hey, if it's gonna get you money, it's probably well worth writing a couple essays and applying and saying things like that, and it'll really kind of help you out there. The next one is loans. So student loans, there's really kind of two types of student loans. There's called Stanford student loans and un-Stanford student loans. So Stanford student loans, what they do is while you're going to school, it pays for the interest, so it doesn't build on top of each other. So non-standard student loan, or Stanford, I think is what they call it, they actually build interest as you're going to school. Okay, so the money just keeps building more and more and more and more. So as soon as you take the loan out, so you want to try to get Stanford student loans if you need to take out loans. Okay, so I said that would kind of be your last resort there. The other one is federal work study. So basically you are working with the federal government and they give you an opportunity to work in the field that you're doing and go to school at the same time. So that's a really good opportunity because they'll be paying for that school. Also, internship. So if you have an internship, that they may be able to pay you as you're going to school as well. Institutional tuition waiver. So some people apply for waivers on certain things, and so you may want to ask the college or whatever that you're thinking about going to. Employee benefits. So sometimes your employer will say, hey, if you get a degree, we will pay back the money that you spent on that degree. Okay, and there may be limits to it and stuff like that, so check with your employer if that's a benefit there. And another one's veterans benefits. So basically, if you served honorably in the military for at least 4 years, they give you a veterans benefit where they'll pay for your college, and it's pretty good. They pay for I think it's like $20,000 or something like that a year that they'll pay, and so that's really good. And if your parents maybe have served in the military, that can actually transfer to one of your siblings. So think about that. If your parents maybe served in the military, they may have benefits for you to go to college. Okay, so what is FAFSA? Okay, so this is something that everybody will want to do. So can you give me a green check mark if you are a senior and a red X if you're not? So if you're a senior this year. Okay. We got a lot of red X's out there. Alright, so 2 of you right now. Or who else are seniors? Okay, so 3. Okay, so seniors right now, if you're a senior, yep, you green check mark is what I want to see. How many seniors I have out there? Yep, 4. Okay, so I have quite a few seniors out there. So this is something that you'll probably want to do possibly right now. So what you do is you go to FAFSA, and let me just show you what the website looks like. Okay, so a couple of things are FAFSA. So what you do is you apply for it, and then the federal government says, hey, we will give you X amount of money to go to school, or we'll give you so much of a scholarship. Okay, one thing is you must apply it every year. Of your senior year, you can apply after October 1st. So October 1st is already passed, so you guys can apply for it. You will need your parent or guardian with you, and you will get a FSA pin or ID. And the better you do it, the earlier you do it, the better, because the more money that they send out, they may not have it available. So the sooner you do it, the better. Okay. So if you're a senior, you really want to kind of look into this. So this is the website right here. So it's Federal Student Aid. I would just Google FAFSA, FAFSA. And what you'll do is you'll start a new FAFSA, and you'll be able to start to go through that. Now there is a way to do it and not apply, but what I am offering, I think it's my next slide, we'll see. I'm offering extra credit to you, okay? So if you go and fill out a FAFSA and like screenshot the last page or something, not any confidential information on it, or if your parents email me saying that they talked to you about FAFSA, okay, so it has to come from your parents' email, they can email me and I'll give you 25 extra credit points for the class. So I just want everybody to at least start talking about that, so you know your options that you can get money to go to college. So www.fafsa.gov is where you go. You'll need a lot of information when you're filling it out, such as parents' tax information and stuff like that. So be prepared to sit down for a while to fill it out, but it's really worth it. As I said, when I went to college, I got some grants for up to $3,500 per semester to go to college, and that helped me so I didn't have to pay for student loans as I was going through there. Okay. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do, well, I guess first off, is there any questions about FAFSA or any other stuff about getting financial aid? Nope. Okay. I guess that means nope. Oh, no. Okay. Got a couple other people typing out there. It's alright. We all have those days. Other than having slightly... it's okay. Like, this is all chill. I mean, going to college is kind of scary, but I promise it will be good. I hope you don't have your anxiety attack. Okay. Alright, we're going to talk a little bit about financial institutions here to end everything off today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up so you guys can write on the board real quick. Except I got to remember how to do that. Okay, right there. So you guys have an opportunity to write on the board. I want you to take a second, and on the side to the left over here, I want you to show what is the difference from a bank and a credit union, or what you think you know about it. Okay. There's no really wrong answer right now. We just kind of want to I want to see what you know. What's the difference between a bank and a credit union? So I'll give you some time to put some things down. So somebody's saying which is, you know, it's alright. They kind of look the same. Alright, thanks for turning it white. That kind of helps. So somebody can help build credit scores. Yeah, credit unions can help on that for sure. And anything you can kind of think of, okay? Okay, so somebody says that credit unions are somebody that's trustworthy and reliable because they have good credit. Okay. So one thing, there's like this commercial going on with America First Credit Union, and it says, you're not our customers. We don't have customers. We have members. Okay. So that's something with a credit union. Okay. So a credit union has members because they actually kind of like own the credit union, if that makes sense. So they kind of come together to all own it. So everybody's members of a credit union. In a bank, they are customers. Okay, so it looks like we don't know a ton about that. Let's go to the next slide real quick and kind of see. Well, I guess I don't have that up. Hold on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about it now. Okay, so a bank is somebody that they have a lot of profit, right? So they could be on the stock market, stock exchange, okay? So they could be able to, a credit union cannot be on the stock exchange because it's owned by its members. Okay, so if you become a member of a credit union, you basically kind of own that. Some things that are typical of some credit unions are interest rates are lower at a lot of credit unions, and banks are a lot higher. Usually credit unions are regional, which means they're only in certain areas. Like if I were to go to Wyoming, I could not find an America First Credit Union, okay? But I could find a Wells Fargo Bank, and if I go to Mexico, I could find a Wells Fargo Bank, okay? So banks are more international. They're better if you have that as well. A lot of times there is more fees that are required at a bank, and credit unions usually have less fees associated with them. So there are some benefits to each. And so does anybody have a banking, or where do they bank? Do you have a bank account? And if you do, just tell me kind of where it's at. I don't want your bank account number, I promise. Just where do you bank at right now? Okay, so somebody said Golden West Credit Union. Okay, so you're a member of Golden West Credit Union. Good. Anyone else? And by the way, I have multiple accounts at different places, so at both banks and credit unions. So, all right, I'm sure more people have. I want to say Zions. Okay, so Zions is a bank. So you're right there. Cypress Credit Union. Very good. Okay. Any others? Okay. University Credit Union and America First Credit Union. Very good. For credit union, I have no clue. Okay. No problem. I mean, that's fine. Maybe we can start naming off some banks or whatever. UCCU. I think that's for Utah County Credit Union. Is that right? I'm pretty sure. UCCU. Because I've seen that a couple times. So here's some ones you may have seen before. Some banks. Far West Bank, First Security Bank, U.S. Bank, Zions Bank, Heritage Bank, State Bank of Southern Utah, SunFirst Bank, some others banks. I think we already said Zions Bank, Bonneville Bank, Far West, Central Bank, AM Bank. Credit unions, we've listed a lot off already. Cypress Credit Union, Golden West, America First, all those there. Okay, so I wouldn't say one or the other's good. I would look at one that maybe has for right now for you, like free checking, which a lot of credit unions have. So I have all my kids set up a free checking account at America First. And so I would look at just kind of seeing what you like, see what's close by, and then kind of go from there to see where you want to save your money in. Okay, because that will be a vital part of growing up there. So, okay, that leads us to the very end of class today. I am going to skip back real quick to the very beginning because we had some people ask after where we should be right now. So you should have all of quizzes 4.08 to 4.13 done, and today 5.14 is due, and then you'll have those kind of going on there. So hopefully that lets you know on there. So if you don't have any questions, you guys are free to go. I'm going to stop the recording. And if you're a little bit behind, that's all right. You always have time to catch up. We'll just make sure we get it done prior to the end of the block. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time, and I'll stay after for questions, but I'm going to stop the recording now.
Recording stopped.